So coming to the experiment again. So already we discussed about the optical fiber cable. We have a lot of advantages over the coaxial cables. One is the bandwidth. So bandwidth is very high. So that is about, I will give the values. Once compare the two values. Optical fiber cable having flexible guiding media, having three sections in the construction part. One is the core material. Core is surrounded with the cladding. Cladding is surrounded with the protective.
లేదు కదా మీరు ఎన్ని పెట్టింది మేడం బాక్స్ లో
మేడం
మా చెల్లి పెట్టింది ఈరోజు
cladding is surrounded with the protective skin. Both core and cladding made with the glass or plastic material. In the manufacturing part or in the construction part, we made the refractive index of the core is slightly greater than to the refractive index of the cladding. Why? Because I will tell you. Is the cladding material. The refractive index we are taken as N2 is the core material. Refractive index of the core material N1, and third one is the outer jacket or protective skin. Outer jacket. These are the three sections available in the construction part. So in the manufacturing part, already we discussed N1 is slightly greater than to the N2 because to satisfy the condition of total internal reflection. Because of the principle of the optical fiber cable is total internal reflection. Principle is total internal reflection. Due to the total internal reflection, maximum data is transmitted through the optical fiber cable. So coming to the advantage of optical fiber cable, one is the bandwidth. Bandwidth is very high, is about 10 power 15 gigahertz. 10 power 15 gigahertz. At the same time, good coaxial cable having only 500 megahertz of bandwidth or frequency. 500 megahertz. Once compare these two values, you understand the difference between these two. So where is 500 megahertz and where is 10 power 15 gigahertz? Once imagine all of you. So the bandwidth of the optical fiber cable is about 10 power 15 gigahertz. That's why it carries high information at a time. That is the main advantage of optical fiber cable over the coaxial cables. And second thing is, due to the total internal reflection, maximum data without data loss, maximum data is carried by the optical fiber cables without using repeaters. Without using repeaters, over the kilometers also we can send the data without using repeaters. That is signal. And signal security also very high because of both the material, core and cladding materials made with the glass or plastic material. Glass or plastic materials. So once we tamper the glass material, we cannot join easily. That's why we can identify the lost signals. Where the signals are going to capture, we can identify very easy. That's why signal security also very high when the signals are transmitted through the optical fiber cables. Signal security. High information carrying capacity due to its bandwidth, and second one is the signal security, and third one is due to the total internal reflection, maximum data is carried by the optical fiber cables without using the repeaters. So including these advantages, so many advantages we have at the time of optical fibers in the theory, we are going to discuss remaining part of the optical fiber cable. So coming to the experiment, we are going to find out the numerical aperture of the optical fiber cable. To know the numerical aperture, first I am taking the longitudinal cross section of optical fiber cable. This is optical fiber cable, longitudinal cross section. Center part, already we discussed about the center part of the optical fiber cable is core material. This is the core material, and core is surrounded with the cladding here. Core is surrounded with the cladding material. and cladding is surrounded with the protective layer. We launch the light data at the core material. The total data also transmitted through the core material. We are launching the light at the one end of the fiber. Due to the total internal reflection, here data is carried by the optical fiber cable. But not all the light is, when we launch the light at one end of the fiber, so not all the light is passed from the core material. Only specified directions are allowed. The specified directions are called as a modes. But to get the total internal reflection at the core and cladding interface, we have to launch the light within the acceptance cone. When we launch at a particular angle, this is the angle to launch the light at the one end of the fiber. When we launch at a particular angle, then only light undergoes the total internal reflection and maximum data is carried by the optical fiber cable. That maximum angle of launching we are called as a acceptance angle. Acceptance angle means to get the total internal reflection within the optical fiber cable, we have to launch the light within the acceptance angle. So coming to the numerical aperture in today's experiment, numerical aperture is light gathering capacity. Every optical fiber cable having some capacity to collect the data. The data collecting capacity we call as a numerical aperture. The data collecting capacity is always proportional to the acceptance angle. We are launched the light at the one end of the fiber now within the acceptance angle. That numerical aperture, nothing but light collecting capacity, is always proportional to the acceptance angle. Acceptance angle. So that proportionality constant, it is angular. So we are taken as sine theta. Sine of acceptance angle I am taken as alpha. So sine of alpha is a mathematical expression for the numerical aperture. Using this expression, we are going to find out the numerical aperture in this experiment. So again, coming to the numerical aperture, what is numerical aperture? Light gathering capacity of the optical fiber is called as a numerical aperture. So that light collecting capacity is always proportional to the acceptance angle. What is the acceptance angle? To get the total internal reflection within the optical fiber cable, we have to launch the light at the one end of the fiber is the most important. The launching angle is most important. When we launch it within a particular angle, then only light undergoes the total internal reflection and carried by the optical fiber cable. So to get the total internal reflection, the launching angle is most important. That launching angle I am called as a acceptance angle. So coming to the numerical aperture, it is always proportional to the acceptance angle. So I am taken proportional, numerical aperture is proportional to the acceptance angle. That proportionality constant I am taken as sine. So mathematical expression for the numerical aperture is Na equals to sine of alpha, where alpha is the acceptance angle. So here we are taken N1 is greater than to the N2 now. Why we are taken N1 is greater than to the N2? To satisfy the condition of total internal reflection. When we made like this, N1 is nothing but core material is acted as a denser one, and cladding material is acted as a rarer material. Rarer material means to get the total internal reflection, this is a normal. This line separates the two medium, and this is a normal. If you are taken, this is a rarer material, and this is a denser material. So to get the total internal reflection, light should be traveled from denser to rarer. So when we made N1 is greater than to the N2, core material is acted as a denser material and cladding material is acted as a rarer material. That is to satisfy the condition of total internal reflection, we made like this. N1 is greater than to the N2. So this is the total internal reflection. Coming to the numerical aperture again, it is the maximum of equal to maximum of sine of maximum acceptance angle alpha. So coming to the experiment, what are the operators we are using to find out the numerical aperture in the experiment is, first one is NA kit, numerical aperture kit. Optical fiber cable, optical fiber cable. NAZIG NA scale having concentric circles. NA scale having that concentric circles like this. These are the operators we are using to find out the numerical aperture in the experiment. One is NA kit having laser source, optical fiber cable to transmit the light. NAZ is one end is connected, optical fiber is connected to the NA kit, and other end connected to the NAZ. NAZ having the L shape one, that is having scale, L shape scale. This is NAZ. So this optical fiber cable connected to the end of the second end of the optical fiber cable is connected to the NAZ. So light focused along the NAZ, and using the concentric circles or NA scale, we are going to find out the numerical aperture. So coming to the experiment, so first I'm going to play one video related to the numerical aperture, which is made by our faculty. So all of you try to watch the video. After that, again we are going to discuss about the numerical aperture, means how to calculate, how to note down the readings, and how to calculate the numerical aperture. I will explain. Wait for 1 minute. I will play the video. Wait a minute. Is it audible, Amma? The video is audible and the sound is audible. Please anyone of you respond, Amma. Not done. So all of you try to watch the video, Amma. So after that, I will explain about the numerical aperture, how to calculate and how to do the experiment.
Hi everyone, I am Sujani, faculty in physics at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today we are going to see the demo of numerical aperture of a given optical fiber. The aim of the experiment is to determine the numerical aperture of a given optical fiber. Numerical aperture tells us about the light gathering capacity of a given optical fiber. Nowadays, we use optical fibers for all communication purposes. The main advantage of using optical fiber is for speedy communication and for minimum loss of signal. And also, whenever we use optical fiber, we need to know its light gathering capacity. That is why we need to understand how to calculate the numerical aperture. Apparatus consists of a light source. This is the light source. A step index fiber, optical cable of 1 to 2 meter long. We have different types, step index and graded index fibers. So here we are using the step index fiber of 1 to 2 meters long. So this cable is 1 to 2 meters long. And we have a numerical aperture measurement jig. So this is the jig we are talking about. So you have a scale like graduations with a screen here. There is a screen and we have drawn concentric circles of fixed radius. So the light that comes out from the source passes through the optical fiber and the output comes from here. The output is now captured on the screen. So this is the apparatus and the setup. Now coming to the theory, the numerical aperture is a measure of the light collected by the optical system. It is the product of the refractive index of the incident medium and the sine of the angle of acceptance. So when you write the formula for numerical aperture, we write it as NA is equal to Ni into sine theta A. And here Ni is a refractive index of the incident medium. Generally when we are taking for air, N is equal to 1 for air. So the formula reduces to numerical aperture is equal to sine theta A, because N is equal to 1 for air. Now light from the end A will fall on the screen BD. So from here the light which is coming from the source traveling through the optical cable, and at the end A the output that is coming out is allowed to fall on the screen BD. BD here is the screen, A is the point from where we are getting the output. Now the distance between the screen and the output is taken as capital L. Capital L is AO. From A to O, from the output point to the screen, it is L. Now if we see the triangle here AOB, this is a right angle triangle and sine theta is given by OB upon AB, that is opposite side upon hypotenuse. We know the value of AO, which is L, and we get the value of OB from the radius of the circle. Because the image that is formed, we are capturing it in terms of concentric circles on the screen. So find the radius, that gives R. Now OB is equal to R. We can calculate AB using.
The voice is not clear to everyone. Someone keep messaging in the chat box like, sir, we can't hear you. So it is clear. Someone said clear. So clear only. So who are having disturbance? That is your network issue, Amma. Due to your network issue, you are unable to hear the voice. Okay.
The formula R square plus L square power half. This is nothing but the Pythagoras theorem we use. So AB square is equal to OA square plus OB square. So, and then we have to find sine theta. Numerical aperture is given by sine theta. We have got the formula. So what is sine theta? R upon R square plus L square power half. Knowing R values and N values, we need to know only the value of R and L. We can calculate the numerical aperture. And if we can substitute this in equation 1, the first equation, N is equal to sine theta A, we can calculate the numerical aperture. And we can also calculate the acceptance angle using sine inverse NA. Once you get the numerical aperture, the acceptance angle theta, or we may sometimes write it as theta A, can be calculated. Now let us see the demo of the experiment. Let us now see the demo of how to determine the numerical aperture of a given optical fiber. The apparatus required is a light source, an optical fiber cable of about 1 to 2 meter length, and a numerical aperture measurement jig, and a screen to capture the image. The principle of numerical aperture lies on the light gathering capacity of the optical fiber. More the light gathering capacity, more the numerical aperture of the optical fiber. Let us see the arrangement. We have a light source. From the light source, light travels through the optical fiber and reaches the other end. With the help of this measurement jig, we vary the distance between the screen and the output. By varying the distance, we measure the size of the image that is formed and find the radius. One end of the optical fiber here is connected to the light source. So light enters the optical fiber through this end. It travels through the optical fiber and comes out at the other end. Now, whatever light that comes out on the screen can be captured on the screen. As we vary the distance between the screen and the output, the size of the image formed also varies. Now, let us say that the distance between the screen and the output is 2 millimeter. Find the diameter of the image that is formed. Diameter divided by 2 gives us the radius. So once you know the length and the radius of the image that is formed on the screen, you can calculate the value of sine theta using the formula r upon root L square plus r square. And the numerical aperture is given by sine theta A. So repeat the same experiment for different distances: 2 millimeter, 4 millimeter, 6 millimeter and 8 millimeter. So as you go away and away, as the distance increases, the size of the image also increases. Note the corresponding radius. And for convenience sake, we have concentric circles on the screen. The diameter of each concentric circle is 5 millimeters. If you can focus the light onto one concentric circle and note down the length and the diameter, you can easily get the radius. So concentrate on the first concentric circle, it is 5 millimeters, so that the radius is 2.5. So it is easy. For the convenience sake, we have made concentric circles. Otherwise, you will have to measure the diameter of the image that is formed and calculate the radius and find out the numerical aperture. Let us discuss what we have seen now. We have switched on the light source. Light is allowed to propagate through the optical fiber, and then the output is screened on concentric circles of known diameter on the numerical aperture jig. We have first adjusted the distance capital L to be 2 meters. Distance L here is the distance from the output to the screen, which we have considered as capital L, which is 2 meters, and we have noted down the radius. After noting down the radius, we are now going to vary the distance L, that is the distance between the output and the screen, say to 4, 6 and 8. So for varying distances of L, we are going to note down the corresponding radius. So we can tabulate the readings for different values of L and R, and we may also repeat the experiment for different lights. Here we will be using a laser source, light of single wavelength, monochromatic source. You may repeat the experiment for different wavelengths and also observe the numerical aperture. Now in the tabular column, the first is you have to note down the distance between the source and the screen as capital L. We are noting it in millimeter. So let it be 2 millimeter. Now the radius of the concentric circle that is formed means the image is focused into the concentric circle of diameter 5 millimeter. So if the diameter is 5 millimeter, the radius is d upon 2. So that will be 2.5. So when we have kept it at a distance of 2 millimeter, the image or the output is focused onto a concentric circle of 5 millimeter diameter. So the radius is 2.5. So the numerical aperture here is r upon r square plus l square power half. We calculate, you get 0.781. We are going to see the sample calculation. And once we get numerical aperture, we can also find theta using sine inverse of numerical aperture. And repeat the experiment for various distances 4, 6 and 8. Note down the values of r and calculate the readings. Let us see the sample calculation using this formula. So the numerical aperture is given by r. So for the first reading, the value of r is 2.5 upon under root r square, that is 2.5 whole square, plus l square, that is 2 square. So you can simplify this. 2.5 under root 6.25 plus 4. So that will be 2.5 under root 10.25. So this will give us 0.7808. This is the numerical aperture. So once we get the numerical aperture, we can also find theta A. Theta A is simply sine inverse of numerical aperture, that is 0.7808. So sine inverse of this will be 51 degree. So for this particular length and for particular radius, we get the numerical aperture as 0.7808 and theta A is 51 degree. Now we can find the average of all the readings and write the numerical aperture as a result. The same way, take the average of all the acceptance angles and the average acceptance angle is written as theta A. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe.
So, is the video is clear to everyone, Amma? 404 only responded. By raising your hand, please all of you respond, Amma. Or else keep one text message in the chat box. 51 said yes, sir, and 55, 401. It is clear. 449, 52. So okay, maximum people are responded. Okay, coming to the again numerical aperture, how to calculate, I will explain again. So here, what is the formula for numerical aperture? The general formula is Na equals to sine of maximum acceptance angle. If you are taken theta is the acceptance angle, in that experiment also we are taken theta is the acceptance angle. Theta is acceptance angle. So sine of theta is gives the numerical aperture. Because of numerical aperture, light collecting capacity is always proportional to the theta. What is theta? Acceptance angle. That proportionality constant I am taken is sine theta, sine. So it gives a mathematical expression for the numerical aperture. So we can't use this formula to find out the numerical aperture in the experiment. That's why we are using experimental formula. How to find out the experimental formula from the sin theta, I will explain. So coming to the numerical aperture, we are taken LED source, like laser source. That is a numerical aperture kit consisting of laser source. So this is a NA kit consisting of laser source. So one end of the optical fiber cable is connected to the NA kit. Laser light is passing from the optical fiber cable. Other end of the optical fiber cable, I am going to connect it to the NA zip. L-shaped one, NA zip. This is called as a NA zip. So having scale here. One more operator we are using to find out the numerical aperture is NA scale, having concentric circles. So when the other end of the optical fiber connected to the NA zip, so light focused along the NA zip, like this. Light spreading over the NA zip. So we are keeping NA scale on the NA zip and moving towards the light focus up to spreading the light focus spreading within the first concentric circle. If it is the first concentric circle, so we are moving NA scale. This is a NA scale. So moving towards the light focus up to spreading the first concentric circle. After spreading the first concentric circle, we have to measure the length from the fiber end to NA scale, and we are finding the radius of the concentric circle also. So that expanded view I will give you here. This is a first concentric circle. So light focused within the first concentric circle here. After this arrangement, we are taken the length between fiber end. This is NA zig to NA scale, that is we are taken as L. So after that we measure the radius of the first concentric circle and we are noted down as a R. So it makes an angle theta. So with the sin theta formula, what is the sin theta formula? Sin theta equal to opposite by hypotenuse. R divided by, here hypotenuse will be root over R square plus L square. R square plus L square. So here root over R square plus L square. That's why we are using this formula to find out the numerical aperture in the experiment. So we have a formula for the numerical aperture is sin theta according to the theory. But from the theory only we are taking the experimental formula. So that is R by root over R square plus L square. So R is the radius of the concentric circle and L is the distance between the fiber end or NA zig to concentric circle or NA scale. So by repeating the experiment, we are going to find out the numerical aperture. Why we are repeating the experiment means to reduce the R, to minimize the errors. Okay, so in the tabular form we are having only L value and R value. So after that, using the formula sin theta, all of you find out the sin theta, that is R by root over R square plus L square. That is nothing but numerical aperture. So after finding the numerical aperture, so we can find out the theta also. What is theta? Acceptance angle. How can we find out the theta? Once we know the NA, numerical aperture. So using that formula, sin inverse of NA, we can measure the acceptance angle also. Theta equals to sin inverse of NA. Using this formula, we can measure the acceptance angle. Means in the experiment, we are going to find out two things. One is the numerical aperture and second thing is acceptance angle. So after that, there is a NA scale moving opposite to the light focus up to spreading the second concentric circle. So for the second concentric circle also you have to measure L value and R value. So after that, move towards the opposite to the light focus up to spreading the third concentric circle and fourth concentric circles. And like this, you have to repeat the experiment. For the 4 concentric circles, you have to measure L value and R value. And this is the L value and R value. It is little bit difficult to note down the radius. That's why all of you try to measure the diameter. After that, by dividing with 2, converting into the radius. We know the formula between the R and D formula we know, na? So radius equals to diameter by 2. Using that formula, all of you try to find out the radius. If it is difficult to noting down the radius of the particular concentric circle, for that concentric circle, all of you try to measure the diameter by dividing with 2, converting into the radius. This is actual formula from the theory only. We can find out, we can take in the experimental formula, that is R by root over R square plus L square. What is the radius of the concentric circle, and L is the distance between the NA zig to fiber end or NA scale. Is it clear, Amma, that how to note down the readings and how to calculate the numerical aperture and acceptance angle? Is it clear to everyone? Yeah. So one of the very simplest experiment in the laboratory is a numerical aperture, like single slit. All of you done the single slit experiment except the 10 students. Out of 65 students, except the 10 students, all are completed that single slit experiment. Similar to a single slit experiment, numerical aperture also one of the simple experiment. Very, very simple experiment. So all of you try to write down your in the worksheet about the numerical aperture. Try to upload by tomorrow. Okay. So I shared that in the lab manual. So from the lab manual, all of you try to write down the theory about the numerical aperture. So I am going to share the observations. Using that observations, all of you in the Telegram group or in the WhatsApp group, I will share the observations, Amma. So all of you note on that observations and do the calculations and write on the result also. No need to take the signature. So try to upload that worksheet. If it is clear to everyone, so I am going to end the session. This is about 11. Any doubts regarding that experiment? If anybody has the doubts, please ask Amma. So keep one text message. I am going to give unmute option. 402 said clear, sir. 449 also said clear, sir. 431 also. I hope you understand well. Because of one of the simplest experiment, numerical aperture, related to our theory topic also. Okay, an optical fiber cable. After the laser topic, we are going to discuss about the optical fiber from the module 3. So up to now, all of you remember numerical aperture nothing but light gathering capacity of the optical fiber cable. Every optical fiber cable having some capacity to collect the data. The data collecting capacity we are called as numerical aperture. That numerical aperture is means light gathering capacity is always proportional to the acceptance angle. Again, coming to the acceptance angle, the launching angle at the one end of the fiber to get the total internal reflection is called as a acceptance angle. That collecting capacity is always proportional to the acceptance angle. From that theoretical formula, we have taken the experimental formula R by root over R square plus L square. What is the radius of the concentric circle on the NA scale? And L is the distance between the NA zig to NA scale.